Hey, what's going on YouTube? So in the last video we talked about what is a string, what is an integer, what is a print statement. In this video we're going to talk a little bit more about strings and integers and some of the built-in methods we've got to work with them. So let's take a look at that string. Similar to last video, just have a string that says hello world. I'm going to comment out these lines. If you're not familiar with that term comment, it's a way to leave text in your text editor, but not have the compiler here try to execute this. So it leaves it here. It's really useful for leaving notes in your code. That's a really good practice because it lets the next person to come through and read your code some hints about what the goal was, because maybe that's not obvious from the code that's in there, or maybe it's a little tricky, and a lot of times it winds up being you that comes through it next, and you're like, what the heck was I doing here? So it's always nice to leave some comments in your code. But in our case, we're just using that so that we can leave these statements here, these lines here, but not have Python try to run them. All right, so pretty cool. We can first method I want to look at. We can make this string all uppercase, and you'll never guess what this method is called. I know. Dot upper. That's a nice thing too about Python. I feel like a lot of these built-in methods are really just straightforward in the naming. There's no goofing around. So if we run that, we can see down here we've got that hello world string, but all uppercase. Now we can also do that. We can also make that lowercase running dot lower. Let's change this so it's there we go. There we go, and we can see it's all lowercase there. There's also some cool, not as straight ahead methods in there, like, let me change this back. There we go. Capitalize. So that gives us just the first character is capitalized and the rest is lowercase. Another cool one, title. So that would capitalize each word. So even if I add some more, Tim, Keith, nope, Brian, capitalizes all the words there. So that's pretty useful if you were digesting maybe data from an API or something and you're formatting it to display to a user. These handy little built-ins are cool. And that's just a taste of all the available methods you could run. I'll put a link in the description to the docs, and you can see and try out different methods to run there, and let me know in the comments what you find. There's cool stuff in the docs. Now let's go on to the integers. So I'll comment out these top two lines, and you can do, I'm using a keyboard shortcut on Mac, command and slash there will comment out any selected lines, but you can also type it by yourself by putting the number sign there, and any text after will become a comment. All right, so we'll come down here, comment out these bottom two lines. If we run that, no surprise, we see our integer. With integers, we can use some common math signs that you might be familiar with. Plus, minus, divide. And this, a lot of times on the computer, this little star is multiplication. So you wouldn't use an X like that. That's not going to get you where you need to go. Use a star. So let's say 123. Well, let's make it really easy to check. 100 times 2 gives us 200. Pretty cool. How about divide by 2? 50 plus 2 minus 2. You get the idea here with all those common math signs. Now, something you might not be familiar with is a modulo, and you write it with this percent sign here. And what this is going to do is divide this number into this number, just like regular, but it's going to return the remainder. So in this scenario, 100 divided by 2 shouldn't have a remainder, so we would expect to see 0. There we go. Let's do 99 divided by 2. We should see a remainder of 1. There it is. How about 3? So that's a kind of cool operator there, giving you the remainder. You can also get the absolute value of an integer. And if you're not familiar with absolute value, that's going to be the distance a number is from 0, but not taking into account the direction, positive or negative. Though we are going to see it's going to look like a positive number to us. For example, ABS, some parentheses, is the method, and we pass in, let's give negative 1,000 here. We can see the absolute value comes out right here. So that's going to about do it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or are curious about anything from the video.